Okay, what's next? All right, so let's go into toning sprays that I've done. So, hold on, let me dig through. I actually saved some of my empties. Just recently I started doing that. So the very first rose mist that I got was probably out of a FabFitFun, to be honest. It's probably FabFitFun. But it's the Sue New York Revitalizing like Rose Mist. And it's actually like, it says Sue New York, but it is Korean. It's made in Korea. And this is kind of like you're supposed to use it like a toner, except I don't wipe when I do the toner after exfoliating. And that's another thing. When I started doing the exfoliation on my face every day, I didn't have to use the toner to get rid of the excess makeup because it's gone. We're fine. So instead I use a moisturizing spray, and I use this as my step 4 in my skincare routine. So oil cleanse, foam, water-based cleanser, gel cleanser, foam cleanser, and then exfoliator, and then this is step 4. I also use this every time I get out of the shower, just real quick. And sometimes I'll even spray it on my body. Which is why that one went empty. But not using that one anymore. Now I'm using the Grace and Stella, the spray all day, which again, I think came in a FabFitFun. So I like my subscription boxes because it gets me to try new products and things that I hadn't really considered using, hadn't considered adding. I don't like roses. I don't really enjoy the smell of roses. They don't bother me, but I just don't enjoy the smell of them. So I would have ever in my life picked up a rose spray. However, my skin loves it. My skin loves it, and I can deal with a scent that I'm just not a huge fan of. It doesn't make me, sick, or it bothers my nose, and I have a lot of fragrance sensitivities, but this is very lightly fragranced, and so was the Sue one. But this just sprayed all over my face. And it just kind of like seals the moisture in, and it gives me a nice, when it dries, it's a nice texture on my face to add the rest of my product to. And it just kind of gets my skin like, oh, it's time to absorb everything. So, when I go to put on the essence and the serum and everything else, that it actually soaks in very well. Before I was using the misters and I was using the toners, my skin had, because I don't have it in here. I was using an ABH toner, which is okay, but my skin had an adverse reaction to it. And before, I tried a whole bunch of different products, and my skin actually had some adverse reactions to a lot of things. So, and I'll explain those as we go through. But this stuff, not a problem at all. Neither was the Sue New York one. Like, I haven't had a problem with them at all. So they've been great. Spray it on, and it's really easy. Just and then walk off and do something else. Drink your coffee. And that's it. You're done. And like once it's dry, it's good. And then you go on with your step 5.